My child, do not scroll away from this moment. Do not treat this as just another message passing across your screen. This is not an accident. You did not arrive here by chance, and these words did not find you randomly. I called you here because there is something your heart has been needing to hear, something your soul has been asking for in the quiet places where no one else could see you. I know you are tired. I know you have been carrying more than you have been saying. I know there are thoughts you do not tell people because you are afraid they will not understand. I know there are tears you have swallowed before they could fall. I know there are prayers you have whispered in the dark and then wondered if they ever reached me. My child, they reached me. Every one of them. Not one sigh left your heart unnoticed. Not one tear fell without my attention. Not one lonely night passed without my presence near you. You may have felt alone, but you were never abandoned. You may have felt forgotten, but you were never erased from my sight. You may have felt delayed, but you were never denied by me. Stay with me now. There is a reason I am speaking to you in this moment. There is a reason your heart paused. There is a reason something inside you felt the need to listen. It is because I am reaching for the part of you that has been trying to survive quietly. You have been strong for too long without being held. You have smiled while hurting. You have answered, "I'm fine," when your soul was tired. You have helped others while secretly needing help yourself. You have encouraged people when you were the one who needed encouragement. You have kept going when you wanted to stop. You have carried disappointment and still tried to believe. I saw all of it. I saw the nights when you lay awake wondering what was wrong with you. I saw the moments you questioned why doors closed, why people changed, why answers seemed delayed, why promises felt far away. I saw the silent battles you fought in your mind. I saw you trying to understand whether I was still listening. My beloved child, I was not only listening, I was with you. I was in the room when you cried. I was near you when your heart felt numb. I was holding you when you thought you had no strength left. I was protecting you in ways you could not yet understand. I was preparing what you prayed for, even while you thought nothing was moving. And I need you to hear this clearly. My silence was not my absence. The waiting was not rejection. The delay was not denial. The closed door was not cruelty. The loneliness was not punishment. Some of what you called loss was protection. Some of what you called delay was preparation. Some of what you called silence was me teaching your spirit to hear beyond noise. Some of what you called rejection was me removing what could not go with you into the next season. You have been asking me why things did not happen faster. You have wondered why other people seemed to move forward while you were still waiting. You have watched others receive what you prayed for and tried not to let jealousy or sadness rise in your heart. You told yourself to trust me, but deep inside you wondered if your turn would ever come. My child, your turn has not been forgotten. Your story is not over. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not disqualified. I have been shaping your heart for what is coming. I have been strengthening roots before revealing fruit. I have been deepening your faith before widening your influence. I have been healing wounds you thought you had to carry forever. I have been teaching you that your worth is not measured by speed, applause, attention, or comparison. Your worth is settled in my love. You belong to me. Before anyone knew your name, I knew you. Before anyone saw your face, I formed you. Before anyone loved you imperfectly, I loved you completely. Before the world could reject you, I had already chosen you. Before you made mistakes, before you became tired, before you doubted, before you questioned, before you wandered, my heart was already turned toward you. That has not changed. You may have changed. Your circumstances may have changed. People may have changed. Seasons may have shifted. But my love for you has not moved. Beloved, I want you to stay with me through this whole message because there is something I am going to heal in you before the end. There is a place in your heart that has been quietly expecting disappointment. There is a place in you that has stopped believing too boldly because hoping has hurt before. There is a part of you that wants to trust me, but it still remembers the pain of waiting. I am not angry with that part of you. I am here to restore it. I am here to remind you that faith is not pretending you are not tired. Faith is bringing your tired heart to me and letting me breathe strength into it again. Faith is not denying your tears. Faith is trusting that I collect them. Faith is not acting like the valley does not hurt. Faith is believing that I am still God in the valley. My child, you have survived moments that no one fully knows about. You have walked through days when your heart felt heavy before your feet even touched the floor. You have carried responsibilities while feeling unseen. You have been kind when you were breaking. You have kept praying even when your prayers sounded weak. You have tried again after disappointment. You have forgiven people who never understood how deeply they hurt you. You have let go of things you wanted to keep because you knew holding on was destroying your peace. Do you think I did not see that? Do you think heaven ignored your endurance? Do you think your quiet faith had no sound before me? No, my beloved child. Your faith spoke loudly, even when your voice trembled. Your tears spoke. Your patience spoke. Your obedience spoke. Your decision to keep loving, keep believing, keep waking up, keep moving forward, keep seeking me even with questions in your heart, all of it spoke before heaven. And I am telling you now, you are closer than you think. Not because everything suddenly looks perfect. Not because every problem has already disappeared. Not because you feel strong every day. You are closer because your heart is being positioned. You are closer because what used to break you is now teaching you. You are closer because what used to control your emotions is losing power. You are closer because you are beginning to understand that my presence is not limited to easy seasons. I have been with you in the storm. I have been with you in the silence. I have been with you in the waiting room. I have been with you behind closed doors. I have been with you when you felt unchosen. I have been with you when you felt invisible. And now I am calling you deeper. Not into fear, not into striving, not into pressure, but into trust. My child, let me speak to the loneliness inside you. You have felt alone in ways that are difficult to explain. Sometimes it was not because no one was around. Sometimes you were surrounded by voices, messages, people, noise, and still your heart felt unseen. You wondered how you could be so close to others and still feel so far away. You wondered why people could know your name but not know your pain. You wondered why you could be present in a room and still feel absent from true connection. I saw that loneliness. I saw the way you learned to hide it. I saw how you became careful with your words because you were tired of being misunderstood. I saw how you stopped explaining certain things because people only heard the surface. I saw how you began to protect your heart by expecting less. I saw how you told yourself, maybe this is just how life is. But my child, loneliness was never meant to become your identity. It may have been a season, but it is not your name. You are not the forgotten one. You are not the overlooked one. You are not the one I passed by. You are mine. And because you are mine, there is no room so dark that my light cannot enter it. There is no silence so deep that my voice cannot reach it. There is no wound so old that my love cannot touch it. There is no season so dry that I cannot bring living water there. I know you have asked for signs. I know you have said quietly, Lord, if you are still with me, show me. Sometimes you expected the sign to come through a door opening, through a person returning, through a sudden answer, through something visible and immediate. But sometimes the sign is quieter. Sometimes the sign is the strength you still have after everything tried to empty you. Sometimes the sign is the peace that rises even before the problem changes. Sometimes the sign is this moment, my child. This moment where I am telling you that I have not left you, I have not ignored you, and I am not finished with your life. There are pages ahead that you have not lived yet. There are prayers I am still answering in ways you cannot yet recognize. There are relationships I am healing, doors I am preparing, burdens I am lifting, chains I am breaking, and places in you I am restoring. But before I show you what is next, I want to heal how you have been seeing what is now. You have looked at the waiting and called it wasted time. I call it preparation. You have looked at the closed door and called it rejection. I call it protection. You have looked at the silence and called it distance. I call it invitation. You have looked at your tears and called them weakness. I call them honesty. You have looked at your slow progress and called yourself behind. I call you being rooted. My child, roots do not grow in public. Seeds do not become trees overnight. The most important growth often happens under the soil, hidden from the eyes of others. Before fruit appears, roots deepen. Before a harvest rises, something must be buried. Before a testimony is spoken, a trial is endured. You are not buried in darkness to be forgotten. You are planted. And what I plant, I sustain. There were things in your life that had to go deeper before they could rise stronger. Your faith needed roots deeper than emotion. Your identity needed roots deeper than approval. Your peace needed roots deeper than circumstances. Your joy needed roots deeper than temporary comfort. Your hope needed roots deeper than what you could see. That is why I allowed some seasons to feel quiet, not because I did not care, but because I was building something that could last. If I gave you everything before your roots were ready, the weight of the blessing could have crushed you. If I opened every door before your heart was healed, you might have carried old wounds into new places. If I answered too quickly, you might have received the gift without learning to trust the giver. I love you too much to give you what would destroy you. I love you too much to rush what needs to be formed. I love you too much to let your destiny be built on an unhealed foundation. So I have been working deeply. I have been touching memories you do not often revisit. I have been exposing patterns that kept you tired. I have been showing you which voices shaped your fears. I have been gently revealing where you stopped believing that good things could still happen for you. Do not be afraid of this healing. Healing can feel uncomfortable because it brings hidden pain into the light, but my light does not expose to shame you. My light exposes to free you. I do not uncover wounds to embarrass you. I uncover them so they no longer control you. My beloved child, some of your pain has been sitting in the dark for too long. Some of your disappointment has been speaking louder than my promises. Some of your fear has been making decisions for you. Some of your past has been trying to predict your future. But I am here now, speaking over your life with authority and love. Your past does not have the final word. Your pain does not have the final word. Your loneliness does not have the final word. Your delay does not have the final word. I do, and I am not done. I know the enemy has tried to whisper that nothing will change. I know thoughts have come to you saying, this is always going to be your life. You will always feel this way. You will always be waiting. You will always be unseen. You will always be carrying more than others know. My child, those thoughts are not from me. I do not speak hopelessness over my children. I correct, but I do not condemn. I convict, but I do not crush. I guide, but I do not mock your weakness. I tell the truth, but my truth brings life, not despair. So listen to my truth now. You are not stuck forever. You are not invisible. You are not too damaged. You are not too late. You are not unwanted. You are not a burden to me. You are not difficult for me to love. You are my beloved child. Let those words settle into the place where rejection has left a mark. You are my beloved child. Not because you performed perfectly today, not because you never doubted, not because you always felt strong, not because your life looks impressive to others. You are beloved because my love chose you, holds you, covers you, and calls you mine. You do not have to earn the right to come close. Come close now. Bring me the disappointment. Bring me the questions. Bring me the exhaustion. Bring me the hidden shame. Bring me the anger you felt but were afraid to admit. Bring me the fear that maybe you missed your chance. Bring me the grief from what did not happen the way you hoped. I can handle the truth of your heart. You do not need to clean yourself before coming to me. You do not need to sound spiritual enough. You do not need perfect words. Even your silence can be prayer when your heart is turned toward me. I have heard prayers that sounded like tears. I have heard prayers that sounded like breathing. I have heard prayers that sounded like, Lord, help me. I have heard prayers that had no language at all, and I answered with presence before I answered with explanation. My child, you have wanted explanations, and I understand. You wanted to know why certain things took so long, why certain people left, why certain hopes seemed to rise and fall, why certain doors opened for others but not for you, why you had to be strong in seasons when you needed rest. Some answers will come with time. Some answers you will understand when you look back. Some answers are too heavy for you to carry right now. But I can give you something better than immediate explanation. I can give you my hand. I can give you peace that does not depend on understanding everything. I can give you strength for the next step. I can give you light for the next part of the path. You do not need to see the whole road to walk with me. You only need to trust the one who holds your tomorrow. I know that trust has not always been easy for you. People have broken trust. Life has disappointed you. Promises have failed. Plans have changed. Hearts you counted on were not always steady. So when I ask you to trust me, I know I am speaking to a heart that has learned caution. I will not shame you for that. I will show you, step by step, that I am faithful. I will meet you gently in the places where fear still trembles. I will remind you again and again that I am not like those who left. I am not like those who used your vulnerability against you. I am not like those who only loved you when you were easy to understand. My love is not fragile. My patience is not thin. My presence is not temporary. I am with you, even now, especially now. My child, take a slow breath. Let your shoulders loosen. Let your heart stop running for a moment. You are not being chased by failure. You are being led by grace. You are not standing outside my care. You are surrounded by it. You are not begging for my attention. You already have it. You are not waiting for me to decide whether you matter. You mattered to me before you knew how to ask. There is a place in you that still feels unsafe receiving love. You are used to being needed more than being cherished. You are used to proving your value. You are used to being strong, useful, available, understanding, patient. But you are not only loved when you are giving. You are loved when you are empty too. You are loved when you have nothing to offer. You are loved when you are confused. You are loved when you need rest. You are loved when you cannot explain your feelings. You are loved when all you can do is sit quietly and let me be near. My beloved, I am not measuring you the way the world measures you. The world often asks what you have achieved, how much you have gained, how many people noticed you, how fast you are moving, how well you are performing. But I look deeper. I see the heart that kept seeking me. I see the faith that survived disappointment. I see the kindness that remained after hurt. I see the courage it took for you to keep living with hope. Heaven does not overlook hidden faithfulness. There are things you did quietly that mattered greatly to me. The forgiveness you chose when bitterness would have been easier. The prayer you whispered for someone who hurt you. The generosity you showed when you were lacking. The patience you practiced when you wanted to give up. The honesty it took to admit you were tired. I saw it all, and I am not unjust. I do not forget the love you have shown. I do not forget the sacrifices no one thanked you for. I do not forget the times you kept going simply because you believed I was still worthy of trust. Your quiet obedience has been making a sound in heaven, and now I want you to understand something. The season you are entering will require you to stop agreeing with the old story. The old story said you are forgotten. The old story said you are behind. The old story said nothing good stays. The old story said you should not expect too much. The old story said your prayers are too small, your dreams are too late, your heart is too wounded, your future is too uncertain. But I am writing a new story. And in my story, you are not abandoned. You are guided. You are not rejected. You are covered. You are not finished. You are being restored. You are not waiting because I am cruel. You are waiting because I am preparing both the blessing and the one who will receive it. My child, do not despise the preparation. Preparation often feels hidden. It can feel slow. It can feel like nothing is happening. But the hidden place is where I form strength that applause cannot create. It is where I teach you to hear me when no one else is clapping. It is where I show you that your identity is not dependent on recognition. Some people cannot go with you into the next season because they only knew the version of you that survived. They became attached to your silence, your availability, your willingness to shrink, your habit of carrying things alone. But I am bringing you into a place where you will no longer confuse self-abandonment with love. My child, listen carefully. You can love people without losing yourself. You can forgive without returning to what harmed you. You can be kind without becoming a doormat. You can be humble without agreeing with lies about your worth. You can serve without allowing others to drain what I am trying to restore. This is part of your healing. I am teaching you to walk in love and wisdom together. I am teaching you that peace sometimes requires boundaries. I am teaching you that not every closed door needs to be forced open. I am teaching you that not everyone who leaves is a loss. I am teaching you that some endings are mercy, wearing a painful disguise. I know endings hurt. I know you have grieved people, plans, dreams, versions of yourself, and futures you imagined. I know what it cost you to let go. I know how many times you look back wondering if you should have done something differently. But my child, stop punishing yourself for what I was protecting you from. Stop replaying what I have already covered with grace. Stop calling yourself foolish for loving deeply. Stop believing that because something ended, you failed. Some things ended because their assignment was complete. Some things ended because they could not carry the weight of where I am taking you. Some things ended because I heard conversations you did not hear. I saw intentions you could not see. I knew consequences you did not yet understand. When I close a door, it is not because I enjoy your disappointment. It is because I see beyond the door. You only saw what you wanted. I saw what it would become. You only saw the opportunity. I saw the cost. You only saw the person. I saw the pattern. You only saw the beginning. I saw the end. Trust me with what I did not allow. Trust me with what I removed. Trust me with what did not work. Trust me with the prayers I answered differently than you expected. One day you will thank me not only for what I gave you, but for what I blocked. You will see that my protection was active even in your disappointment. You will see that the delay preserved you. You will see that the silence matured you. You will see that the waiting did not destroy you, it developed you. My beloved child, I know you want the new season. I know you want the healing to feel complete. I know you want the miracle to arrive visibly. I know you want the heaviness to lift. I know you want proof that things are changing, but I want you to notice something. You are already changing. The fact that you are still here is evidence. The fact that you are listening is evidence. The fact that your heart still wants me after disappointment is evidence. The fact that you have not become as hard as what hurt you is evidence. The fact that you still hope, even softly, is evidence. A miracle is not only what happens around you. Sometimes the first miracle is what happens within you. The heart that was numb begins to feel again. The mind that was tormented begins to rest. The soul that expected rejection begins to receive love. The person who once begged to be chosen begins to understand they were already chosen by me. This is holy work. Do not rush it. Let me heal you deeply, not just quickly. Let me restore you from the inside, not just decorate the outside. Let me rebuild your identity, not just change your circumstances. Let me teach you peace that remains even when life is still imperfect. Because where I am taking you, you will need a peace that is not easily stolen. You will need a faith that does not collapse when answers take time. You will need discernment to recognize what looks good but is not from me. You will need courage to walk away from what your old self would have accepted. You will need humility to receive blessings without forgetting the one who carried you. So, I am preparing you, not because you are weak, because you are valuable. Precious things are handled carefully. Sacred assignments are formed through process. Deep testimonies are not born from shallow seasons. The oil of compassion, wisdom, and faith is often pressed out in places where the soul learns to depend on me. I did not waste your pressure. I did not waste your tears. I did not waste your waiting. I did not waste the nights you thought were empty. I was producing oil. Oil for healing. Oil for wisdom. Oil for discernment. Oil for compassion. Oil for a testimony that will one day help someone else believe they can survive too. My child, what you have lived through will not only be a wound, it will become a witness. There will come a time when you speak with tenderness because you know what pain feels like. You will encourage with authority because you know what it means to wait. You will comfort others not with empty words, but with compassion that was formed in your own valley. Your pain will not have the final word. Your pain will become part of the proof that I restore. But first, let me restore you. Let me come close to the place you keep guarded. You have a wound that says, I was not chosen. You have a fear that says, good things happen for others, not for me. You have a memory that says, every time I hope, I get hurt. You have a question that says, Lord, why did it take so long? Bring all of that to me. I am not offended by your honesty. I am not distant from your questions. I am not fragile in the face of your pain. Let me answer not only with words, but with presence. I choose you. I have always had good for you. Hope in me does not put you to shame. And even when you do not understand the timing, my timing is not against you. My child, I want you to look back for a moment, not to suffer again, but to see differently. Think of the times you thought you would not make it. You are still here. Think of the moments that broke your heart. Your heart still beats. Think of the prayers you whispered with tears. You are still being held. Think of the doors that closed. You are still moving. Think of the people who misunderstood you. I still know you completely. Think of the nights that felt endless. Morning still came. Did I not carry you? Did I not make a way when you could not see one? Did I not give you strength you did not know you had? Did I not keep you from losing yourself completely? I was there. Not always in the way you expected. Not always with the timing you preferred. But I was there. I was in the breath you took when anxiety tried to consume you. I was in the small moment of peace that came without explanation. I was in the person who spoke kindness at the right time. I was in the strength that rose when you had no strength left. I have been faithful in ways you have not fully counted, and I will be faithful again. Your future is not dependent on your ability to control everything. Your future is held by my hands. You do not have to manipulate outcomes. You do not have to force what I have promised. You do not have to live in panic, trying to make sure you do not miss what belongs to you. What I have for you will not require you to become someone false. It will not require you to abandon your peace. It will not require you to beg for what I have assigned. It will not require you to shrink your soul. My blessings add life. They do not steal your identity. My doors may stretch your faith, but they will not require you to violate your spirit. My direction may challenge you, but it will not lead you away from my voice. So do not be afraid when I ask you to release what is not aligned. Do not be afraid when I slow you down. Do not be afraid when I correct your path. Do not be afraid when I ask you to trust me without full details. I am not trying to take from you. I am making room. Room for peace. Room for healing. Room for maturity. Room for new relationships that honor what I am doing in you. Room for purpose that fits the person you are becoming. Room for joy that is not chained to fear. My child, there is a new kind of joy coming. Not shallow joy. Not joy that depends on everything being perfect. Not joy that disappears at the first sign of trouble, but a steady joy. A quiet joy. A joy that rises from knowing you are loved, guided, forgiven, protected, and never alone. This joy will surprise you. It will come in small moments first. A calm morning. A deep breath. A song that touches your heart. A prayer that no longer feels forced. A conversation that reminds you connection is still possible. A moment when you realize the pain does not control you the way it once did. Do not despise small beginnings. I often begin restoration quietly. A seed is small, but it carries a tree inside it. A spark is small, but it can light a room. A whisper is soft, but it can redirect a life. A small act of faith can open a path your fear thought was closed. So when you feel a little peace, receive it. When hope rises softly, do not crush it with old fear. When I give you a small step, take it. When I invite you to rest, rest. When I ask you to forgive, trust that I am freeing you. When I ask you to wait, believe that I am working. When I ask you to move, know that I go before you. Beloved, I know some of your prayers have felt unanswered for a long time. You have prayed for healing. You have prayed for direction. You have prayed for family. You have prayed for provision. You have prayed for a sign. You have prayed for peace. You have prayed for the heaviness to lift. I heard you, but I want you to understand that an answer does not always begin as an event. Sometimes an answer begins as alignment. I begin by aligning your heart, then your thoughts, then your desires, then your steps, then the people around you, then the timing, then the door. By the time you see the door open, I have already been working in unseen places. Do not think nothing is happening because you cannot see everything. There is more movement in the unseen than you realize. I am speaking to hearts. I am arranging moments. I am giving wisdom. I am closing traps. I am opening paths. I am preparing your courage. I am refining your desires. I am teaching you to recognize my peace. You are not forgotten in the process. You are being carried through it. And when the answer comes, you will understand why I cared so much about your preparation. You will see why I did not let you settle. You will see why I did not allow certain things to satisfy you. You will see why restlessness rose in places where you once tried to stay comfortable. It was me calling you forward. It was me refusing to let you live beneath what I placed inside you. My child, there are gifts in you that disappointment tried to bury. There is tenderness in you that pain tried to harden. There is courage in you that fear tried to silence. There is wisdom in you that has been growing through the very seasons you wished would end sooner. You are not empty. You are not finished. You are not without purpose. Even if you cannot see your purpose clearly right now, you are still walking toward it. Purpose is not always a sudden revelation. Sometimes it unfolds through obedience, through healing, through small yeses, through doors you did not expect, through burdens that become compassion, through pain that becomes ministry. Do not compare your unfolding to someone else's arrival. You do not know what I am doing in their life, and they do not know what I am forming in yours. Comparison will make you misread your own season. It will make you call yourself late when I am simply taking you through a different road. It will make you despise your hidden place when I am doing sacred work there. Look at me, my child, not at everyone else's timeline, not at everyone else's blessing, not at everyone else's pace. Look at me. I know how to lead you. I know how to provide for you. I know how to restore what was broken. I know how to bring beauty from ashes. I know how to redeem time. What looks delayed to you is still under my authority. What looks lost to you is not beyond my power. What looks impossible to you is not difficult for me. But I am not only interested in changing your situation, I am interested in drawing your heart close to mine. Because if your situation changes but your heart still believes it is abandoned, fear will follow you into the blessing. If the door opens but you still think you are unloved, insecurity will stand beside you. If the promise arrives but your identity is still wounded, you may not recognize the gift correctly. So first, I speak to who you are. You are loved. You are seen. You are chosen. You are forgiven. You are held. You are mine. Let this become the ground beneath your feet. Let this become the truth you return to when emotions rise. Let this become the song your heart remembers when the night feels long. You are mine. My child, there is nothing weak about needing me. The world may tell you to be independent, untouchable, unbothered, always strong, always certain, always moving. But I did not create you to live disconnected from my presence. I created you for communion. I created you to walk with me, to lean on me, to receive from me, to be loved by me. Need is not shameful when it brings you to me. Tears are not failure when they are poured out before me. Weariness is not defeat when it leads you into my rest. Come to me without pretending. You do not have to impress me with polished prayers. Speak to me plainly. Tell me where it hurts. Tell me what scares you. Tell me what you do not understand. Tell me what you still hope for, even if your voice shakes. I already know, but relationship grows when you bring it into my presence. There is safety with me. You can be fully known and still fully loved. You can be corrected and still cherished. You can be weak and still held. You can be unfinished and still chosen. Do not run from me because you are tired. Run to me. Do not hide because you have questions. Bring them. Do not assume I am disappointed because you are struggling. My compassion is not exhausted. My beloved child, I know how long you have waited to feel light again. You miss the version of yourself that smiled more easily. You miss the heart that believed without fighting fear. You miss the energy you used to have. You miss the peace that seemed simpler before life became heavy. Sometimes you wonder if that part of you is gone forever. It is not gone. It is being restored. But I am not merely taking you back to who you were. I am forming something deeper. The joy I restore will have wisdom in it. The peace I give will have roots. The faith that rises will be stronger than before because it has walked through fire and still reaches for me. You will not be the same, but you will be whole. Different does not mean broken. Change does not mean ruined. Scarred does not mean disqualified. A healed scar can become a testimony of survival. A restored heart can love with greater depth. A person who has walked through darkness can carry light with compassion. I am not ashamed of your scars. Do not be ashamed either. Let them remind you that what wounded you did not finish you. Let them remind you that my grace reached you there. Let them remind you that you survived because I was holding you, even when you did not know how to hold yourself. My child, I am doing a new thing in you. It may not look dramatic at first. It may begin with a changed thought, a calmer response, a boundary you finally keep, a prayer you finally say again, a burden you finally release, a morning where you wake up and feel a little more hope than before. Receive the small signs. They are not small to me. Every movement toward healing matters. Every step toward truth matters. Every decision to trust matters. Every moment you choose not to return to what harmed you matters. Every time you pause before fear controls you, something is changing. Do not let the enemy convince you that progress is only real when it is visible to others. I see progress in the hidden places. I see when your heart softens. I see when your thoughts begin to align with truth. I see when you resist old patterns. I see when you choose peace instead of chaos. I see when you whisper, "Lord, I trust you," even while waiting. That matters. My child, your waiting has not been empty. It has taught you what cannot sustain you. It has revealed which voices truly strengthened you and which only drained you. It has shown you the difference between temporary comfort and lasting peace. It has made you more aware of my presence, even when my presence felt quiet. Waiting has become a classroom, and though the lessons were not always easy, they have not been wasted. You learned that people cannot be your savior. You learned that success cannot heal every wound. You learned that control cannot create peace. You learned that being busy cannot silence the soul forever. You learned that my presence is not an accessory to your life. It is your life. This understanding will protect you in the next season, because when blessings come, you will not worship them. When doors open, you will not forget me. When people notice you, you will not build your identity on applause. When things improve, you will still know where your help comes from. That is part of why I have been grounding you. I am not only preparing a blessing for you, I am preparing you for the blessing. My beloved child, some of you have been praying for a breakthrough, but I am first breaking the fear that would make you sabotage it. Some of you have been praying for love, but I am first healing the wounds that taught you to accept less than love. Some of you have been praying for direction, but I am first quieting the noise that made my voice hard to recognize. Some of you have been praying for open doors, but I am first teaching you to stop knocking on doors I already closed for your protection. This is not punishment. This is love. A loving father does not give a child what will harm them simply because they ask with tears. A loving Savior does not lead you into places that feed your wounds and call it blessing. I care about your whole soul, not just your immediate relief. So, trust my process. Trust me when I say no. Trust me when I say wait. Trust me when I say let go. Trust me when I say come closer. Trust me when I say this is not the end. My child, I know trust feels costly, but fear has cost you too. Fear has stolen sleep, peace, confidence, joy, and courage. Fear has made you imagine endings I never wrote. Fear has made you prepare for rejection when I was preparing restoration. Fear has made you shrink from opportunities because you thought pain would repeat. I am not condemning you for being afraid. I am inviting you out of fear's leadership. Fear can speak, but it must not lead. Pain can be acknowledged, but it must not prophesy your future. Your past can be remembered, but it must not rule your identity. Let my voice become louder. When fear says, "You are alone," I say, "I am with you." When fear says, "Nothing will change," I say, "Behold, I make all things new. When fear says, you are too late, I say, your times are in my hands. When fear says, you are not enough, I say, my grace is sufficient for you. When fear says you are forgotten, I say, I have called you by name. My child, my word over you is stronger than the lies against you. Do not build your life on a lie that wounded you. Build your life on my truth. And when you cannot feel the truth, speak it anyway, not as empty repetition, but as agreement with me. Say, I am not forgotten. Say, God is with me. Say, my story is not over. Say, this waiting is not wasted. Say, I am loved by God. Say, the Lord is still working. Let your mouth agree with heaven before your emotions understand. Sometimes faith speaks first and feelings follow later. Do not wait until you feel strong to declare what is true. Declare what is true and let strength rise. Beloved, there is a shift happening in the way you see yourself. You are beginning to understand that being chosen by me does not mean your life will be free from struggle. It means struggle will never have authority to separate you from my love. It means I will walk with you through waters and fire. It means what comes against you cannot overthrow what I have spoken over you. You may bend, but you will not be abandoned. You may weep, but you will not be forgotten. You may wait, but you will not be wasted. You may feel weak, but you will not be without help. I am your help, not distant help, present help. Help in the middle of the night. Help in the confusing decision. Help when your heart is heavy. Help when you do not know what to pray. Help when you feel surrounded. Help when you are tempted to return to old patterns. Help when the future feels unclear. Call on me. Not because I need to be convinced to care, but because turning to me opens your heart to receive what I am already giving. I am near to the brokenhearted. I do not despise the crushed spirit. I do not turn away from the weary. I come close. My child, I am close right now. Closer than the fear, closer than the memory, closer than the disappointment, closer than the unanswered question, closer than the silence in the room. Let that nearness become real to you. You do not need a crowd to be held. You do not need perfect circumstances to be loved. You do not need everyone's approval to be chosen. You do not need to understand everything to be safe in my hands. You are safe with me. Even when life feels uncertain, you are safe in my care. Even when outcomes are not yet visible, you are safe in my timing. Even when your heart trembles, you are safe in my love. I know the future that frightens you. I know the bills, the decisions, the relationships, the health concerns, the family burdens, the hidden worries. I know the questions that rise when you look ahead. I know the fear that says, what if nothing changes? I know the anxiety that tries to pull tomorrow's weight into today. My child, today has enough for today. Let me hold tomorrow. You were not created to carry every possible future in your mind. You were created to walk with me one step at a time. When you try to live in tomorrow before grace has met you there, your heart becomes exhausted. But my grace is given for the step you are on. There will be grace for tomorrow when tomorrow comes. There will be wisdom for the decision when the decision must be made. There will be strength for the burden when strength is needed. There will be provision along the path. Do not demand from today what I have placed in tomorrow. Rest in the grace I am giving you now. Right now, breathe. Right now, listen. Right now, receive. Right now, let me remind you that you are not alone. My beloved child, I want to speak over the part of you that feels ashamed. You have carried guilt over things I have already forgiven. You have replayed mistakes and wondered if they changed how I see you. You have feared that your weakness made you less lovable. You have thought, maybe God is tired of me asking for help with the same things. I am not tired of you. I am not disgusted by your struggle. I am not counting your failures with a cold heart. Come back to me. Let repentance be a doorway, not a prison. Let correction lead you into freedom, not self-hatred. Let my mercy wash over the places where shame has been speaking too loudly. Conviction says, come home. Shame says, hide. I am calling you home. Do not hide from the one who heals you. If there is something you need to release, release it. If there is a habit that has been stealing your peace, bring it to me. If there is a relationship that keeps pulling you away from my voice, ask me for courage. If there is bitterness growing inside you, let me uproot it before it poisons your joy. I correct you because I love you. I prune what prevents fruit. I remove what keeps you bound. I call you higher, not because I reject who you are, but because I see who you are becoming. My child, you are becoming freer. It may feel slow, but freedom is growing. Chains that once felt normal are beginning to feel heavy. Patterns you once excused are beginning to grieve your spirit. Places you once ran to for comfort no longer satisfy you. That is not failure. That is awakening. I am awakening hunger for what is holy. I am awakening desire for what is whole. I am awakening courage to leave behind what kept you small. Do not be surprised when old things no longer fit. You prayed for growth. Growth changes what you can carry. Growth changes what you can tolerate. Growth changes what you crave. Growth changes what you call peace. There are things your former self accepted because survival was the goal. But I am teaching you to live, not merely survive. I am teaching you to choose what aligns with my love. I am teaching you to walk as someone who is held, not as someone begging to be noticed. My child, lift your head, not in pride, in remembrance. Remember who you belong to. Remember who walks with you. Remember who has carried you this far. Remember that the same God who brought you through yesterday is already present in tomorrow. You are not walking into the unknown alone. I go before you. I stand beside you. I guard behind you. I surround you with mercy. I guide you with wisdom. I cover you with love. There is no place you will go where I am not able to keep you. There is no conversation too difficult for my wisdom. There is no decision too confusing for my guidance. There is no wound too deep for my healing. There is no season too late for my restoration. You have seen endings. Now you will learn to recognize beginnings. New beginnings do not always announce themselves loudly. Sometimes they begin as a decision in the heart, a decision to believe again, a decision to stop agreeing with despair, a decision to pray even before feelings return, a decision to release what you cannot control, a decision to take one step with me. This can be a beginning. Right here, right now. Not because everything around you changed instantly, but because something in you is turning back toward hope. Hope is rising. It may feel small, but I can breathe on small hope. I can multiply small faith. I can use a small yes. I can open a great door from a simple step of obedience. Do not wait until your faith feels enormous. Bring me what you have. Bring me the trembling faith. Bring me the tired faith. Bring me the faith that says, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. Bring me the faith that is only strong enough to stay for one more moment. I can work with that. My beloved child, I am not asking you to manufacture a miracle. I am asking you to trust me. You are not the source. I am. You are not the healer. I am. You are not the provider. I am. You are not the one who holds all things together. I am. Let that free you from the burden of trying to be everything. You were never meant to be your own savior. You were never meant to carry the weight of outcomes alone. You were never meant to solve every problem with human strength. You were made to depend on me, and dependence on me is not weakness. It is wisdom. The branch does not apologize for needing the vine. The child does not apologize for needing the Father. The soul does not apologize for needing God. Come and receive. Receive rest. Receive peace. Receive forgiveness. Receive strength. Receive hope. Receive my love not as an idea, but as the truth holding you together. My child, there is something I want you to release before this message ends. Release the belief that you are forgotten. Release the belief that waiting means nothing is happening. Release the belief that love must always hurt you. Release the belief that your mistakes are stronger than my mercy. Release the belief that your future will only repeat your past. Release the belief that you have to earn my presence. Let it go, not all at once by your own strength, but moment by moment, by surrender. Open your hands, the hands that have been gripping fear, the hands that have been holding old pain, the hands that have been trying to control what only I can carry. Open them. I want to place peace there. I want to place courage there. I want to place direction there. I want to place hope there. but hands full of fear struggle to receive new grace. So let me help you release. Say in your heart, Lord, I give you what I cannot carry. Say, I trust you with what I cannot fix. Say, I receive your peace for this moment. Say, I am not forgotten. Say, my story is not over. My beloved child, your story is not over. There are chapters ahead that will make sense of tears you did not understand. There are moments of joy ahead that will feel like sunlight after a long night. There are answers ahead that will reveal my faithfulness. There are people ahead who will not require you to shrink. There are places ahead where your gifts will breathe. There are days ahead when you will realize you are no longer living under the same heaviness. Do not give up before the morning. Night can feel long, but it cannot stop the dawn. The seed can feel buried, but it cannot stop the life I placed within it. The door can feel closed, but it cannot stop me from opening the right one. The valley can feel low, but it cannot stop me from leading you through. I am the God who brings life where hope seemed gone. I am the one who makes rivers in dry places. I am the one who restores souls. I am the one who calls you by name, and I am calling you now. Come closer. Trust deeper. Rest longer. Hope again. Not because life is easy, because I am faithful. My child, I have not brought you this far to abandon you. I have not carried you through storms only to leave you in the wilderness. I have not awakened your heart only to disappoint you. I have not allowed you to hear this message for no reason. Something is being stirred in you. Something holy, a remembrance, a returning, a quiet awakening. You are remembering that you belong to me. You are remembering that your life has meaning. You are remembering that pain is not the whole story. You are remembering that the one who sees the sparrow also sees you. You are remembering that heaven has not been silent about your life. Your name is known to me. Your steps matter to me. Your tears matter to me. Your future matters to me. And I am asking you to stay open. Stay open to healing even if you have been hurt. Stay open to hope even if disappointment made you cautious. Stay open to direction even if the path is not fully clear. Stay open to love even if rejection taught you to close your heart. Stay open to me. I will not mishandle what you surrender. I will not mock what you bring. I will not break the bruised reed. I will not extinguish the faint flame. I will tend to what is fragile. I will strengthen what is weak. I will restore what has been worn down. I will bring beauty from what you thought was only broken. My beloved child, as you continue from this moment, do not return to your day the same way you entered it. Carry this truth with you. I am with you. Let it meet you when the room is quiet. Let it meet you when fear rises. Let it meet you when you feel unseen. Let it meet you when you wonder what comes next. I am with you. When you wake, I am with you. When you work, I am with you. When you wait, I am with you. When you cry, I am with you. When you do not know what to say, I am with you. When the answer has not arrived yet, I am with you. And because I am with you, you are not without hope. There is hope for your heart. There is hope for your family. There is hope for your future. There is hope for your healing. There is hope for your calling. There is hope for the place that feels impossible. Do not let despair write conclusions I have not spoken. I am still writing. And what I write with mercy. My child, let peace enter now. Not the shallow peace of pretending everything is fine, but the deep peace of knowing you are held even when everything is not yet resolved. Let my peace guard your mind from spiraling. Let my peace calm the questions that do not have answers today. Let my peace remind you that you can rest without knowing every detail. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to stop carrying tomorrow for a moment. You are allowed to be loved. You are allowed to receive. You are allowed to be my child. You do not have to be strong every second. Let me be strong in you. Let me cover what feels exposed. Let me hold what feels fragile. Let me speak where lies have been loud. Let me restore what exhaustion has drained. I am here, and I am not leaving. My beloved child, before you go, I want you to make one simple act of faith, not for performance, not for attention, but as agreement with what I am speaking over you. If these words have touched the place in you that needed hope, write, Amen, Lord, I trust you. Let that be your small step out of fear and into faith. If this message reminded you that you are not alone, share it with someone who may be silently carrying pain. You do not know whose night may become lighter because you allowed this word to reach them. And if you want to keep receiving words of hope, healing, and encouragement, stay connected. Let this be a place where your faith is strengthened, where your heart is reminded, where your soul is called back to peace. But more than anything, remember this: I love you. I see you. I have not forgotten you. I have not abandoned you. Your waiting is not wasted. Your tears are not ignored. Your prayers are not lost. Your story is not over. I am with you now, and I will be with you in every step ahead. Rest, my child. Hope again. The night is not stronger than my light. The delay is not stronger than my promise. The wound is not stronger than my healing. The fear is not stronger than my love. And my love is holding you even now. Amen.